We are living in a society that's largely urbanised, and I think today's story, and more each day as we look at climate change, as we look at the density of people living in the cities, that we need to reflect on what is really important in our lives. And I think what is important and what gives us that inner energy that we all need is a story about the nature that's at our back door. So 10 years ago, with a colleague an artist from Stool, we decided we'd have this idea to create a National Wildlife Art Museum in this beautiful surrounds of the Grampians.
What excited me was that it was something new, something was beginning, and there were so few opportunities where in fact you're providing a foundation for a new cultural entity.
And really that was the start of the association, I guess, because we then learned that it just wasn't about a museum or an art gallery. It was really attractive because it was talking about wildlife, both flora and fauna.
WAMA is going to bring together three threads. It's going to have an art gallery, it's going to have an endemic garden, and it's going to have a sanctuary for endangered native animals.
And I think WAMA does that in such a unique way. You know, the combination of art, science, all around fauna, flora and culture is going to be amazing.
WAMA as a nature-inspired art facility will connect directly with our destination's brand pillar of Big Nature, and is going to really complement the other attractions we have in our destination, and will be an amazing new economic boost for our destination.
WAMA is a unique project in that a lot of the story around it is the land that it's sitting on. The building is designed to pick up views of the distant landscape around. So a lot of the design techniques that I've used are designed to give a sense that the landscape is actually drawn inside the building. In a sense, the building starts to disappear, if you like. It's actually part of the mechanism of the landscape, a bit maybe like an outdoor room.
It's not an imposing building, it's a polite building. It's a building that pays respect to the environment by not overwhelming it, but by sitting comfortably within it. So when people come to this gallery, they'll find a place that says, I'm here for you, come in and see what's inside, and enjoy the garden and the environment as well.
Art inspired by nature has been the focus of this vision since its inception, and I think it brings along with it artists from all different backgrounds, and it tells a story for us to reflect and to think about how important our nature is as we walk through it every day.
And what a wonderful way to touch people through art, because the thing about artists, they talk to us in a way that can sometimes make us rethink where we sit. So we look at an artwork and we think it's just a flower, but then we realise it's also an endangered species. And we realise that in fact we might never see that superb orchid again.
So this is an opportunity for it to be displayed for visitors from far and wide, international visitors as well as national visitors who come to the Grampians to come and see this beautiful artwork that is very diverse and unique to our country.
Another lovely part of the project has been the design of the endemic botanic garden.
Over a third of Victoria's plant species occur naturally in the Grampians, so it's Victoria's biodiversity hotspot. But within that 1,000 odd plants that occur naturally in the Grampians, there's really high levels of endemism.
And this one here, that's the Bara sessiliflora, Grampians Bara, and that's the mint bush that only grows up on the top of Mount William. That one there is I'll say the name, Pimelia pagophylla, which is an extremely rare Grampians endemic.
So plants that occur nowhere else on planet Earth. It's a unique flora, and the garden at WAMA will display this unique flora.
It's 1.7 hectares of land, very focused, very concentrated, and this landscape has been fully budgeted and can be staged so that it can respond to the funding as it becomes available to develop perhaps stage 1, then stage 2 of the endemic botanic garden.
So WAMA has this natural bush setting, which is really going to be enhanced by an overlay of a botanic garden, and we'll have both the botanic garden and the bushland, and that's going to be attractive for a whole lot of species, transient species like birds, butterflies, insects that'll come and go, and then we'll have the likes of podaroos, bandicoots, some of the endangered species from that Grampians region.
So it means that over time, as these animals generate and want to expand out into the biodiversity corridors that are surrounding the adjacent farmland, they can actually move and help to re-establish those animals in their natural environment.
Nowhere in the world do we have that unique flora and fauna like we have in Australia, and yet there's no dedicated museum in Australia that has that.
WAMA is an opportunity to show that, to show how much you care about the environment, to show how much you care about art, to show that you have the power to support something that might be transformative.
I can't think of a better project in terms of connecting not just current but future generations with all of those important aspects and really enriching people's lives.
And we will do it through sharing our knowledge of flora and fauna, and we will do it by respecting the Indigenous culture that is the foundation of this country. We have a chance through WAMA to make a difference.
It's actually something that we should be so proud of and that we should be crowing from the tops of the trees.